My name is Daniel Carter. I am 28 years old, and 3 years ago my life split into two parts, before the accident and after it. Before, I was independent, active, always moving, always helping others. After, every step became a calculation, every movement came with pain, and sometimes the only way I could function at all was by using a wheelchair. What hurt the most was not the injury itself. It was what people assumed about me because they could not see the damage inside my body. And the person who doubted me the most was my own sister. Emily is 2 years younger than me. Growing up, she was the loud, confident one. She made friends easily, laughed loudly, and somehow always became the center of attention without trying. I was quieter, more protective. If someone teased her, I stepped in. If she needed help, I was there. We were close in the way siblings are when they share secrets, late-night talks, and childhood memories that feel unbreakable. I never imagined there would be a day when she would look at me not with love, but with suspicion. The accident happened on a rainy evening. I remember the road shining under streetlights, the sound of water against the windshield, and the moment when another car lost control and slammed into mine. The world exploded into noise and impact. When I woke up in the hospital, my body felt wrong. My legs were heavy, distant, unreliable. Doctors explained I had severe spinal trauma. Not total paralysis, but permanent nerve damage. That meant unpredictability. Some days I could walk a little. Some days I couldn't stand. Chronic pain would be part of my life forever. At first, Emily was supportive. She visited me, held my hand, and told me I was strong. But months passed, and my recovery didn't look dramatic. I wasn't suddenly healed. I wasn't completely disabled either. I existed in a gray area people don't understand. That's when her attitude started changing. "You walked yesterday," she would say. "Why can't you walk today?" I tried explaining nerve damage, pain levels, muscle fatigue, but she would shrug like I was making excuses. Over time, her comments turned sharper. "You rely on that chair too much. You're not even trying. People have it worse than you." I told myself she didn't mean harm, that she just didn't understand. I wanted to believe that. Then she got engaged. I was genuinely happy for her. She had always dreamed of a big romantic moment, and she got it. Her fiancé proposed at a restaurant with candles and flowers, and she called me immediately afterward, crying with excitement. I congratulated her, told her I loved her, and promised I'd be there for every step of the wedding journey. Her engagement party was scheduled a month later. It was going to be huge. Relatives, friends, coworkers, everyone. I knew it would involve a lot of standing and moving around, which meant I would need my wheelchair that day. My legs had been particularly weak that week anyway. Getting ready took effort. Pain shot through my lower back as I changed clothes. I rested between movements, breathing through discomfort. By the time I finished, I was exhausted, but I felt proud of myself for making the effort. I wanted to show up for her. When I arrived at the venue, the place was glowing with lights and decorations. Music played, people laughed, and the energy was joyful. Several relatives greeted me warmly, asking how I was doing. For a moment, I felt normal, just another guest celebrating family. Then Emily saw me. Her smile froze. She walked over quickly, leaned down close to me and whispered, "Do you really need the chair tonight?" I felt a sting in my chest. "Yeah," I said quietly. "My legs aren't great today." She sighed, rolling her eyes slightly. "You walked last week at Mom's house." "That was a good day," I replied. "Today isn't." She didn't respond. She just straightened up and walked away, her mood clearly irritated. I tried to ignore it. This was her night. I didn't want conflict. For a while, things were fine. I talked with relatives, congratulated her fiancé, and watched the celebration. But I noticed Emily glancing at me repeatedly, not with concern, with annoyance. Later, when everyone gathered near the stage area for photos and speeches, I positioned myself to the side so I wouldn't be in the way. That's when she approached me again, this time with tension written across her face. "Can you stand for photos?" she asked. "I can try for a minute," I said honestly. She crossed her arms. "You always say that." "I'm not lying," I said softly. Her voice dropped, but her words were sharp. "You know what this looks like. It looks like you're doing this for attention." My heart pounded. "Emily, please. Not tonight." But she was already upset. Every event, every gathering, It's always about you. Your chair, your pain, your problems. That's not true, I said, my voice shaking. And then it happened. She grabbed the handles of my wheelchair, suddenly. Before I could react, she shoved it forward, hard. The movement threw me off balance. My weakened legs couldn't catch me. I fell out of the chair onto the floor, pain exploding through my body as my knees and hands hit the ground. Gasps filled the room. For a second, everything went silent. Emily's voice cut through the air. "Stop faking for attention," she said loudly. "If you can walk sometimes, you can walk now." Humiliation flooded me. I tried to push myself up, but pain shot through my spine. My legs trembled uncontrollably. I couldn't stand. People stared, some shocked, some confused. My mother rushed forward, yelling Emily's name in disbelief. Her fiancé looked horrified. A cousin helped me back into the wheelchair, carefully, while I fought tears. I didn't cry from pain. I cried because my own sister believed I was pretending. I left the party soon after. I couldn't stay. The humiliation was too heavy. The next few days were quiet. Emily didn't call. She didn't apologize. I heard through family members that she was angry with me, angry that I had ruined her night. That hurt more than the fall. But something unexpected happened. Several guests who had been at the party reached out to me, privately. They told me what they saw. My legs shaking, my inability to stand, the obvious pain. Some of them worked in healthcare. They said it was clear I wasn't faking anything. One of them spoke to Emily directly. Another spoke to my parents. Slowly, the reality reached her. About a week later, she came to my apartment. When I opened the door, she looked different. Not confident, not loud, small, guilty. "I'm sorry," she said immediately, tears forming. I didn't understand. I didn't respond at first. I just looked at her. She continued, voice breaking. "I thought you were exaggerating. I thought you were choosing not to try. But after what happened, after everyone told me, I realized how wrong I was." The silence between us felt heavy. "I hurt you," she whispered. "And I embarrassed you. And I'm ashamed of myself." I could see the regret, real regret. But forgiveness isn't instant when trust is broken. "What you did," I said slowly, "wasn't just embarrassing. It was betrayal." She nodded, crying. "I spent years defending you," I continued, "loving you. And you thought I was lying." "I know," she said. "I don't deserve forgiveness. But I hope someday maybe you can forgive me." Time passed after that. Healing didn't happen overnight. Not physically, not emotionally. But gradually, we rebuilt something. Not the same as before. Maybe not as innocent, but real. What she did taught me something important. Disability doesn't have to look extreme to be real. Pain doesn't have to be visible to exist. And sometimes the hardest battles aren't with strangers. They're with the people you love most. I still have bad days. I still use my wheelchair when I need to. But I no longer feel ashamed of it. Because I know the truth about my body. And that's enough.